Hello to a new video. Today is the 30th of January 2016. It's 10:10 CET. This will be one of those all manners of topics videos again. Yesterday, after making the video in the evening, I was ridiculed once. As I said, I'm always being ridiculed, that's nothing new, but I was ridiculed again with some of the filth out there kindly asking me to make something to the extent of an Order of the Wolf. I'm not kidding you. Into which I should recruit, the details are not the topic. The point of ridicule was that they forged their ideas, shoved it into the fields on one of my phases frequencies, and presented it to me as if it had been the idea of one of my phases, and additionally shoved routines of me liking that idea along. Now, it didn't happen, as in, I didn't buy it, because I can tell what is stupid insanity and what is fucking idiocy and what is bullshit and what is ridicule, and that is just that, right? So, I just want to give you another little example of the ridicule that I get. But to the actual questions. There are such a lot of topics I could talk about, and I'll start with one of the non-questions really. Why review your own videos? With which is meant my habit of, every day or something, watching the most recent videos again, sometimes several times in a row, straight on. Why would I do that? That might be a question to some people. The answer is because that is a habit that I picked up ages and ages and ages ago from writing, creative writing, namely try to think myself into the reader's place and imagine how different readers would react differently to it. Okay? And that is basically what I'm doing when I'm rewatching my videos. It's not that I don't remember what I said. It is that, I think myself, okay, so what if I were one of Charles's fuckers? What if I were one of the fucking Americans? What if I were, and so on and so forth. And I see if not really I missed something, because as far as I'm concerned, I didn't miss anything, but if from their crazy perspective, they might have missed something or found something that was perfectly clear to me and how I put it misunderstandable, and so on and so forth. Okay, that is why I review my own videos offline, mind you. I do, whenever I click them on YouTube, it is to add a little comment beneath. I've done it the other day, but that is why I review my videos. I also mentioned this because yesterday evening, for the first time in quite a long time, somebody was on my Mac again. And I wouldn't know why. I opened a Word document, not a Word document, a Pages document, sorry, and just typed in, that I hope that they have the keylogger on, and what the fuck are they thinking, it's 3 years into everything and whatnot, what the fuck are they doing on my Mac? But hey, just because some people are on my Mac again, namely to such an extent that they went through all of the fucking hard disk, the Mac got, and no, there was not a virus, a scheduled virus check, I assure you. Trust me. I know my virus check program. So, as people go as far as to actually go all through my fucking hard disk again, chances are very high to assume that some people just pay attention to what goes on live, so to speak, on my Mac, and hence would note me reviewing my videos, re-watching, that's what I mean, re-viewing my videos, and that is that topic. Another one is the incredible sabotage of my language, especially my English, but not just my English. I am running on, in German I guess it's a third of my vocabulary, and in English it's probably a fifth of my vocabulary. I am cut down to that. In addition to that, my English is so severely sabotaged, for instance, with irregular verbs that I treat like regular verbs when the first time I ever learned them at school. We had a very good English teacher. And I assure you, and I remember that, we never wrongly learned irregular verbs. When we learned irregular verbs, we learned them from day one onwards as irregular verbs. Right? I don't make mistakes on irregular verbs all by myself. This is sabotage routines that also, I would like to point this out, aim at besmirching my editor role. Magazine fantasy and science fiction was. That is, to some people at least, also the background to that. That one explained. This is important to me. I said on the, I don't see how you can lose cigarettes, when I mentioned how I keep finding packs with 5 cigarettes in them. I mentioned that must be a woman thing, losing cigarettes. I did not mean that as a sexistic statement, as in only women are so stupid. What I meant was a woman's clothes typically has fewer pockets than a guy's clothes, plus they carry handbags around where if they search something and they might accidentally shove out the cigarette pack or something. That is what I meant. Okay? I did not mean to imply that women are so stupid that they lose cigarettes. Although, at a certain point, losing cigarettes is stupidity, but that is not due to their brains, but due to their attire and their handbags. There. No sexism intended. When I mentioned Anubis being fake and Toph and more than them just, but still, when I mentioned them being fake, what exactly did I mean by that? Well, I didn't mean that as in they were not real. Because no fucking God is real. Okay, that's not what I was saying. I was saying these are historic fakes made 120 to 150 years ago. They went to great lengths building this shit, having this shit, or not, because some of it is pretty bad work. I mean, this is like the spiritual forerunner, so to spiritual is a bad word. This is the, this is in the vein of NASA's fake Mars pictures, okay? Some of those Toph and Anubis in particular related things are just so wickedly bad that it's remarkable, okay? But that is what I mean by them being fake. Of course, they are all fictive. Even the real ones were fictive, but those be fake ones. And I say this specifically to all of these spiritualists who do Anubis shit, and also to the pyramid fanboys of the, what are they called again? The Freemasons. And to that 50s sci-fi rag Jew joke of deliberately creating a delusional version of the Rosicrucians. I'm sure there's some Rosicrucians out there, namely mind-fucking Rosicrucians, who really think this Rosicrucian thing is anything other than a sick Jew joke pulled on them a bunch of decades ago. But that is just way, way off topic. We don't want to go there, and I don't care, quintessentially, okay? All fakes Mundi has to go. But Anubis and Toph fake. What does that mean, fake? I explained that. Here is an interesting one. Legitimation to identify the prime enemy of mankind. Now that should be a bit of a no-brainer, but as some of you, for all practical purposes, even though there is no vacuum in your heads, I assure you, but for all practical purposes appear to have no brain, let me spell it out for you. The prime protector of mankind is legitimized to identify and point out to everybody else out there who is the prime enemy of mankind. In fact, there is nobody else out there qualified to do that. Period. And I will explain. They are, as I don't really bother much with the, by the way, World document anymore, and as these videos are limited in length, I don't really, and as unlike when I'm writing it, I can't be made to just behave like now, not, spaced and whatnot, and not be able to pull a sentence through. I can't be made there when I'm writing, and if then I just pause for as long as it takes, but eventually when I save the document there is a sentence there, that's what I'm trying to say. But as I abandoned that for favor of videos because of particular reasons, first and foremost because I think people are, namely you idiots out there, are more likely to watch a video than to actually read something in your idiocy. I haven't in ages mentioned their latest reworkings of all the attacks and routines against me. I do want to bring one up. They have gone to an all-new approach of memory access blocking. And the reason why I bring this up is because it became very apparent, and I do mean very apparent, that their previous, this is a paradigm change as of their approach at memory blocking. I have not yet figured how exactly they do it currently, but what they have done in the past actually led to new multi-lane highways being worked into my memory, which oddly enough, in a paradoxical way, meant that the more elaborate their attempts down those lines got, the broader the highway got, and I was able to pull out the memory shit nonetheless, past all of their elaborate routines, right? If you're of the tech people, you will understand what I'm talking about. And the moment I figured that and walked back in, well, not that moment, it took them a few days, but eventually they figured, okay, we should abandon that because that's not working. And so now they try a to me still pretty new approach of blocking my memory and memory accessing and whatnot. And again, the steps into memory, so to speak, from ultra short time further back and so on and so forth. But I just want to point out, because I find it grotesquely funny that their previous attempt succeeded in multi-lane highways into my memory and ceased working no matter how bad they tried. I just loved it. See, biology working all by itself. So that is something. It says here, I'm just briefly going to touch that. See, another thing is, they constantly shove, well, constantly, for the last few days at least, they shove that I am to, how do I put that? They kindly invite me to reduce myself. This is yet more discrediting, though this one for a change steered discrediting attempts, to reduce myself to some omni-hating rabid atheist again. And I say again because they have tried this a long time in the past, but quickly abandoned because they needed discrediting into all other directions. But now that's basically what they try to reduce me again. And I do want to point out that that is not so, period. I want to touch back on the Jews, and in fact I want to touch back on Monty Python. I wrote in one of the emails how Monty Python originated. The tragedy about this is that the Jews got some massive power in fucking America, some other IG, and I'm afraid that does go towards military, however they pulled that. And here it's getting really sad, even some fuckers on Albion to whom they lied horrendously about the original Zionists collaborating with the 16th to do something like Monty Python et al., put it on the beep right in the face of fucking 16. Okay? What I mean is that all of those who died in concentration camps were willingly accepted deaths by the original Zionists who collaborated with the 16th, because apparently those fucking Jews who had all of their money did not feel compelled to donate that money to the goals of Zionism, and hence they must have been considered pretty much traitors by these Zionists. And the 16th said, well, you know what, I mean, we get the Germans to send them into concentration camps and steal all their money, but hey, we will quickly defeat Germany and then we will get reparations like hell and you can have some of that dough for your Zionism shit. That is the deal that the 16th tried to originally cut to the saddest. Of course, as we know, the Nazis were not quite as stupid as 16 envisioned or hoped for, and so on and so forth, and it all got out of hand. But the point I'm trying to make is those who died in concentration camps, and I only mean this about Jews. I'm not talking about the manyfold other groups that died in concentration camps, especially in America. People seem to think that only fucking Jews went to fucking concentration camps, and it was all manners of people, okay? But those Jews who died in concentration camps wound up in there because of Zionist, freak, extremist, idiot, insane people. And for no other reason. It was quintessentially Jews who willingly accepted to get other Jews into concentration camps and very indirectly get their donations after all. That was the background pre-World War II. I just want to point this out to some fuckers, especially over in America still, namely non-Jew fuckers, who to this day seem to think that a collaboration with whatever is left with the Jews seems to be a good thing. And that's it for here.